Hello everyone, welcome to Aishwarya Maths classes. Today we are going to discuss on the topic of bijection. So let's get started. An easy way to remember bijection is to remember that it is a combination of 1 and onto functions. Let's consider this with the help of an example. So let's say we have a domain X with elements A and B and codomain Y with elements 1 and 2. So let us suppose it has a mapping like whenever we put X is equal to A, it will imply Y is equal to f of A, which will be equal to 1. And that's why we have mapped A to 1. And whenever X is equal to B, it will imply Y is equal to f of B, which is equals to 2. So that's why B is mapped to 2. Here it implies that each element of domain will have their unique images in codomain, and every element in codomain have at least one pre-image in domain. So this implies that this is bijection. Let us understand this with the help of an example. Let's say we have a function f from R to R, where domain and codomain both are real numbers, such that y is equal to x. So for this we will consider two sets, x and y, such that x contains elements from minus infinity to plus infinity, where between these two lies infinitely many real numbers. Same for the codomain, which is y. Now as you can see, if we put x is equal to 1, it will imply the same number, y is equal to 1. X is equal to 2 will imply y is equal to 2. So clearly it is gonna be mapped like this. Suppose we have 0 in between, it will be mapped to 0, 1 will be mapped to 1, and so on. Fine. So here you can see that every element of domain is uniquely participating in mapping with every element of codomain. So clearly every element in X has a unique image in Y, that is, whenever f of x1 is equals to f of x2 for all x1 belongs to x1, x2 belongs to domain, it will imply x1 is equals to x2, which implies that this is a 1 function. This was a first part, and now for the second part we see that every element in the codomain have at least one pre-image in domain, that is, for all y belongs to real numbers codomain, there exists at least one x belongs to real numbers, such that f of x is equals to y. So this implies that this is an onto function, and these two implies that this is a bijective function. We have studied it now with the help of diagram. Now we will consider the same example and we will do that with the help of a graph. So here, as you can see, this is the rough sketch of the graph of y is equals to x with domain and codomain both real numbers. So number one point to be noted here is that if we draw any horizontal lines on the equation of the line, suppose we have drawn this, so it clearly implies that these two will intersect at only one point. So this implies that this is a 1-1 function. By drawing horizontal lines it intersects we see that these intersects the line, the equation of line y is equal to x at only one point. So this implies that this is a 1-1 function. Now number second point to be noted here is that every element in codomain is participating in mapping. As you can see that elements of the y-axis, all the elements of the y-axis are included in mapping. That means they are participating in mapping. This means that these are orderly paired with every element of x-axis. That means domain. So this implies that this is an onto function, and by these two we see that this is a bijective function. Here we can write that all the elements of y are participating in mapping. So this implies that this is a bijective function. So you can like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.